I would now ask Doug McLaughlin to present Scott Fair.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Scott Fair in 12-point font. Scott and I have known each other a long time. We have been colleagues and friends going all the way back to the turn of the century. Those are the good old days of online learning. I was working at Chinook College full time as we were starting up an online high school program, and we were looking for people to be content experts to help us develop quality online courses. And we were very, very fortunate to come across Scott, who was teaching at William Eberhart High School at the time. His expertise in social studies and French language arts was highly prized as we sought to develop those courses in WebCT, which was our learning management system at the time. Those were exciting times, and Scott was captured by that excitement, but more on that later. Scott earned a baccalaureate degree from Université du Québec à Chicoutimi. Did I get that right?
Yes, a very illustrious institution.
He would later earn a Master of Education in Bilingual Education at Faculté Saint-Jean in 2000. How did I do? Okay, good. Scott's career with the Calgary Board of Education began in Branton Junior High, where he taught French humanities and health. He became the bilingual department coordinator before transferring to William Eberhart High School in 1998. In addition to teaching social studies and French language arts, Scott took on the responsibilities of a curriculum leader. He facilitated infusion of ICT outcomes across curriculum and was very involved in introducing and supporting WebCT to the ABE staff. And I knew some of those ABE staff at the time, and I just know how much they valued Scott's interest in them and his support as they took on some real challenges in technology-enhanced learning. Scott's interest and skill level in technology-enhanced learning led him to join ILS, Innovative Learning Services, in 2003 as a distributed learning consultant. A few years later, Scott would become a specialist at ILS. I was really grateful that Scott joined our team for many reasons, and particularly as he possessed a very strong skill set that came in just in time as we transitioned from WebCT to another learning management system, Desire to Learn. This was an enormous undertaking, let me tell you, and it was one that required a high level of coordination between our vendor, our IT department, school administrations, and classroom teachers. I also know that it was very frustrating work for Scott, but he persevered. He rewrote the project plan when deadlines were missed on more than one occasion. He massaged sensitive egos in tricky situations, and he gained the respect of a whole lot of people in our system during this time. Scott contributes to the CB in many ways. Scott, he's a real athlete, and he loves running. And he shared that love of running with us for several years as he organized a team of ILS staff to participate in the Calgary-Banff Road Race. This relay is an annual spring event which raises funds for Theatre Calgary's youth-related events. Scott gets about 12 staff members all pumped up about running the relay, and then he gets a lot of other people involved with transportation, photography, and, of course, the follow-up social event. Today, Scott remains an ILS specialist. Following a recent merger with Curriculum Support, the department is now called the Department of Curriculum and Learning Technologies. While he has system-wide responsibilities, Scott is the assigned specialist for Area 5, and he spends considerable time supporting schools down in that part of our city. I know firsthand that his work is highly valued, and this is indicated by this comment from Gail Landon, principal of Eugene Cost Elementary. Scott is contributing significantly to a system reform through his leadership. He has a strong commitment to building capacity in others, both adult and child learners. I really appreciate how authentic and approachable he is. And here we have another quote from Gandhi. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Scott walks his talk. He understands 21st century learners and works to make the landscape of technology accessible to all. And that is not easy to do. His colleagues really enjoy working with him. They really appreciate especially the leadership qualities that he shows on the team. Another one of the ILS specialists sent me this report card about Scott. Listens incredibly well. Some of the best meetings I've attended are chaired by Scott. Hits the nail on the head time and time again. Is able to talk about the most salient issues with attention to detail and respect for all parties. And finally, the Director of Curriculum and Learning Technologies, Kathy Faber, has this to say about Scott. Scott has been critical and relentless in mapping the linkages among support networks, pulling away the distractions and insisting that a new rigor in assessing day-to-day interactions with students provide us with a rationale for work in schools. His humor is often biting. I have a few bite marks to attest to that. And I appreciate the difficult questions he poses. His capacity for building and maintaining teams of support for students is a testament to his own learning and his passion for being a teacher himself. I continue to see great opportunities for Scott's leadership in our work. Scott, I could not agree more with these comments that have been made by the professionals who have benefited so much from working with you, and it's my honor and privilege to nominate you into the Order of Merit.